morning. I want to thank him for all the strength that he gives us to go on every day and do the things that we need to do. I also thank God just for being God, just being there for me and for all of us. In Jesus' precious name, amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. I just want to take this opportunity. I know that this is a morning service and we're not as chipper as we normally would be. But as I was speaking with the Lord and I kind of confirmed with the deacon here, I want to take this morning and allow any individual that would like to come and stand before the church and give a testimony, a praise report, or something of why you believe this is still a good morning for you. Maybe you've had something in your life where you didn't think you'd even be here today. Maybe God blessed you sometime in this week or in this month, even in this year, that you are grateful for. And you want other people to know that it was God, not you. It was God, not the bank. Amen. It was God, not the president. But it was God solely that got you to where you are to be. So I want to open that floor, and I pray that there's someone this morning that has one. Everyone should have something, but if not, if it was all you, then I appreciate you. Just stay seated. Remind them Mother Linda always got something to tell you. Amen.
First, giving unto God who the hell of my life. Pastor, everybody in their respectable place. I thank God for being here. It's a blessing to be in here. It's what makes it a blessing to me that I'm here with my son, nephew, we all in the house of God worship. It's a blessing that that we all still here this morning. Somebody that wake up this morning. We had clothes on our back, food, roof over our head. It's just a blessing because God is so good. And you could never thank him enough. I thank him for dying for me. Sharing his blood. I just thank him. He is too good. He's so good to me and I don't even deserve it. He brought me from a mighty long ways. If y'all only know. If you only know that I'm standing here. And God kept me for a reason. Because when I was in my mess, he pulled me out of my mess. He brought me back into the house of the Lord. When I first came here, I felt something. Then I started dreaming. I told Sister Parker that I seen myself standing here with a white dress on, white stocking. I did that. And I dreamed that until the day I joined this church. So God would let me know where I should be. And I thank him. Because once with him, I don't know where I might be right about now. My nephew know, my son know. I used to drink, smoke reefer. God took all that in 2006. But when I came here, I was smoking cigarettes. Then so I said, I was looking for a song when a woman is fed up. But God reversed that. He reversed that. I found the song said, prayer make a difference. And when I saw that prayer make a difference, I said, this day right here, I'm not smoking no more. You ain't got to go nowhere to get no help. If you for real from here, and they're coming from your soul, God will take it all away. And he did it for me. He did it for me, he'll do it for you. God is a good God.
Go ahead.
Well, there has been some trials and tribulation at my job, and you know how when signs and wonders, it's time for you to move on. God opened another door, and within 2 weeks, I'll be working less hours and making more money. I'll be working on the behavior part with not the adults anymore. I'll be working with early intervention, like the kids, on up to about adolescence. So I'll be making way more, working less hours. I'll be getting off at 3, from 9 to 3. I'll be able to get to school on time. And God is working. Once I take the register board, I'll be making way more than that. Amen. So God is great.
Sound like an increase in your time. But don't mind me, I whisper.
And that's fine with me, Reverend.
Amen. I love the Lord yourself. Anyone else?
I just want to say I'm thankful to God for bringing me here. And me having a pastor like this, you know, he keeps me in the mindset of where I'm supposed to be. You know, I'm thankful to God that he will call me out, you know. I'm also thankful that I got friends around me, Deacon Sid and P, Palmer behind me. You know, it's like, these brothers have been with me ever since my plight. And everybody know what my plight was. And I'm thankful because God has sent someone in my life that give me a memory that will never be diminished. I got a grandbaby look just like my wife. Yeah, I'm so in love, man. For real. And I'm also thankful to God that I didn't get to join in that debauchery last night. I heard about it, even though I didn't get to join in. But I wanted to be there, and I'm done. Amen.
Sit down somewhere. Good morning, everybody. Truly, I just thank God for being here. Thank God for this great pastor we have, this great church. I just thank God for change. Sister Shola sings that song, Change Me. And I mean, I thank God for he truly has changed me. Thank God for just, you know, the things that I've seen done in my life. You know, also with my job, as Elder Moore said, I'm going to piggyback on Sister Jerry. You know, I thank God for, God bless me. I've been driving limousines for over 16 years, drove trucks, drove limousines, and, you know, I started a new job. I'm working in a warehouse. I'm like, Lord, you know, am I going to be able to do this? I've been driving for the past 16 years, but, you know, it was a transition for me, but God blessed me with favor so much. He gave me favor. They changed me from day shift to night shift, and I told Pastor, I said, man, I'm going on night shift. I've never worked night shift. And he said, Mike, there's something in it. He said, God has a blessing for you. The first night I got there, it was a guy there. He didn't have a ride to work. He said, man, I got this night shift. I don't even have a way to get home every night. And I said, wow, look, here's the one thing, God's blessing already. This guy need a ride home, so every night I give him a ride. So if God ain't did nothing else, he blessed me to talk to this guy every night, witness with him, and give him a ride home every night. Two, we had some positions that was coming available. So I just asked the question. The position came available, and I just said, I want the position. The supervisor said, you want it? I said, I want it. He said, you can have it. I mean, just that simple. So they started training me for the position. People that been there five years, and I was like, man, how did you get that position? You're not supposed to be up there. You just started here. You're not supposed to have that position. I said, man, I asked. He said, what? I said, man, I just asked. I saw the position coming available. I just asked. So now the position I have, I may work a 10-hour day, but as far as putting in work, I may work 3 hours of the day, and I'm sitting down the rest of the day. So, so I just thank God for his favor and ask y'all to pray my strength in the Lord. Amen.
I thank God for being here, and you know how everybody don't always pay their tithes like they supposed to. And it's like once I came here, I started paying my tithes like I supposed to. Every week, not every 2 weeks, every week. Now, I've been doing hair for a long time. I'm doing hair for myself now. Amen. So I have my own business. I have my own business. I'm able to pay my tithes every week, all of it. Amen. And since I've been here, it's been a blessing.
Amen.
It's been a blessing.
Amen.
And I appreciate you, Pastor, the first lady tonight here, but I appreciate it. And all the members, I love all y'all.
We're just grateful.
Yes.
2 years ago, my wife and I, we started a journey. And 2 years ago on Easter is when we came here.
Wow.
And
Exactly.
ever since then, God has truly been blessing us.
Yeah.
You know, when you're searching for something, and if you search long enough, and if you search hard enough, God will reveal it to you. We were searching for churches all throughout Kissimmee area, and it wasn't what God sent for us. And when we came over here, I mean, I sat at the back, and not very long, Pastor moved me to the front. But I came here, and the love just overwhelmed me. And I didn't think it was true love, because sometimes you go to churches and some of them will fake it till they make it. And but the love here was consistent. And I was sitting at my desk working one day, and I was just in my own mind, and I received a phone call from Pastor Murray, and he said, "Hey man," I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" He said, "It's Pastor Murray. Just checking on you, see how you doing. Do you need anything?" And I was like, "No, sir, but I needed what he gave me." And that was just a phone call to check on me. You know, sometimes we look for monetary things, but sometimes all it takes is a word. And since we've come here, it's been a true blessing. The brotherhood that we have formed. I'm one, I don't deal with people all the time. I don't just call anybody my buddies, my friends, and different things like that. But since I've came here, I've really found a true brotherhood and the men folks here. And every time we get together, I'm just so inspired, and it makes me want to continue to run on. I'm grateful for this church. You know, and every Easter, the special Easter, because not only that God got up, but we also got up. You know, and I think that's what we have to realize through all the things that we go through. God laid down for us to get up. You know, and so I'm just grateful for this ministry. This ministry, if you hang around this ministry long enough, you will grow, you will mature, and the simple things in life won't matter no more. Because the word of God just will enrich your life. So I'm just grateful, and I thank God for his leadership. Everything this man say and asked, he lead by example. You know, and I think that's what makes me want to follow, because he leads by example. And he's easy to follow, because the things in which he say, he's willing to do what he asks us to do. So keep us in prayer, the Palmer family, that we will continue to do what God have us to do. Not what we want to do, but what God have us to do.
I got one, Pastor. Testing. So I want to thank God for change, truly, because when Mike came home last night at that ungodly hour, which I will not name the time, I wasn't standing outside with my weapon. And that was the old shoulder. The new shoulder was just resting in the couch, just waiting. And when he arrived with my to-go food, and woke me up to deliver it, it was burnt. And the old shoulder would have just threw the food back at him. But I said, some tears fell out my pregnant eyes. I said, I'm gonna eat what I can, I'm gonna salvage what I can out of this. I said, thank you for bringing it home. And I was just amazed that I was so calm. That's God now. I'm telling you, my kids are back there, they're living witnesses that there is not a calm bone in my body. And last night, my reaction to his late arrival, this early morning's arrival. And, I don't know what time y'all's husbands got home. I don't know what time they got home from blessing Brother Michael one last night of bachelorness. I know what time mine got home. And I'm not going to mention the hour because I don't want to cause any problems in anyone else's home. I'm assuming mine came straight home and y'all might have made a detour. I don't know what the pastor and his man of God did this morning. But I thank God for changing me, and I'm just praying that he'll continue to change me, because as this pregnancy goes further, I want y'all to really lift up my children and Michael in prayer, because this is pregnancy number 5, and I have never felt such a short amount of patience in my entire life. My strength is extremely weak. I don't understand how I did this 4 times before. So I need you guys to really keep my family in prayer. Don't even worry about me. You need to pray for them. And when you think about me, and I'm just being transparent, y'all, when you think about me, pray for them. Because I don't know how they made it this morning without just walking out the car and just walking out in the traffic. Like, I make it really hard for them, and I just need prayer to make it easier for them, because I have to lead by example, and I'm finding that difficult. But enough of that. Real quick, I just wanted to share Gabe's testimony. It's a real short portion of it. They said that Gabriel wouldn't walk right or talk right. He's had 4 heart procedures done. The night he was born, he had to have open heart surgery, and they told us that he might not make it, so on and so forth. All that stuff, they don't know what they're talking about, because we know the great physician. And I plead the blood over my son. The moment he was born, I prayed for him in my womb. My mother, Pastor Patterson, we covered him and all that good stuff. But when I see him just driving me crazy in a whirlwind, doing things that he wasn't supposed to be able to do, and speaking clearly, sometimes he has a little bit of a list, but the fact that they said he was going to be like my students, he was going to be very special needs. And Gabe isn't. And I know we give testimonies all the time, and some people only have 1 or 2, but I have so many. We can stay here all day, and I can tell you how time and time again God has showed me his miraculous works. Not like, he healed my cold. No, I've watched him do miracles that he did in the olden days here in my life on this earth. And sometimes when I feel weak and I'm exhausted, and I say, he never stops doing miracles. He's been doing miracles all these years. Yes. He doesn't get tired when we turn our back, and when we get tired with him. And so I just want to say that I'm grateful, and sometimes I can't express it enough. And sometimes y'all might be like, why she worship so hard, or why she be looking like she about to roll on the floor. I don't think you understand. I am constantly reminded daily of who my God is. Not just with the miracles he's done in my children, but in my life. And we can all say, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him, and he brought me out of this, and he brought me out of that, and I don't touch a glass again, and all that good stuff. And yes, all of that is true. But how often do we say thank you? Like, it shouldn't just be in that first 6 months of baby Christianship. But as we continue to go on, like every day we have to be like, man, I really could be dead. And sometimes it hits me in the morning, sometimes it hits me at night, but my kids will tell you, I stay crying. Because I know that I shouldn't be here. And I know that I'm not worthy of his grace and his mercy. And of his miraculous works. I work with kids every day who didn't get that extra touch, whose parents prayed, and for some reason God allowed their situation to remain the way it was, but not my Gabe. Not my Gabriel. He's a miracle walking. Can't nobody tell me he's not a miracle walking. There were so many children in that heart center that were born with less complications than him, that left worse off. And his doctor, Dr. Shorts, looked me in the face and said, I don't understand your son. He is a miracle. I said, his name is Jesus. Amen. That's all the thing you need to know. His name is Jesus. Amen. And I talk about it all the time when I go to that place and they tell me, something else. We think we found something. I kind of get in my feelings a little bit, and then I remember all the miracles God's already done in that little boy. Yeah. So the God we serve, there's no words to describe him. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Anyone else? Amen. Come on, sis.
I just want y'all to know that I passed my math exam,
Amen. Amen. We're talking about miracles, she said. Amen. You got to know what math is. And that ain't your strength. That's a miracle. Amen. Anyone else that wants to share? Let me just say this. Back in the old days, we took time for people to give this. Now, this might be different on Sunrise or Resurrection Sunday, but to me, this is a great opportunity for you all to be able to just thank God in public. Amen? And it may encourage somebody else who may be having a different outlook on their life today. Amen? To know that they can still hold on and they still can move forward. So, are you sure all hearts and minds are clear? There's yet to be one that still would like to give honor to God today. Amen. Yes, go ahead, Sister Mara, and then after that, Sister Dana. Amen.
Praise God, everyone. Praise God. Resurrection Day. It's truly a blessing to be in the house of the Lord on this Resurrection Sunday. God has been so good to me and also to my family. Everyone heard that I came here from the Virgin Islands. Actually, I came here on August 15, 2017 on FMLA from my job. I was coming back and forth here because I come here to do my physical because the Virgin Islands is limited. So I'm always telling my mom and my family, because I was the only one left in the Virgin Islands. I'm not originally from the Virgin Islands, but I moved there several years ago. I went vacation and I fell in love with it and I moved there. I'm always telling my mom and my children that I'm going to leave because they always worrying about me. But I was so comfortable in my way of how I was living and the things that I had, my job, my home. I was so comfortable and I didn't want to give it up. So I came here June 2017, did my physical, and I got a report that I had needed to come back. I did a mammogram, and they said they found a finding and I need to come back ASAP. So they was calling me, and every time they call me, we get disconnected. And so they finally mailed me the letter, and I said, okay, I did my family reunion, and I arrived here August 15th. Did the test over, and my doctor said, there's nothing there. Wow. Are you sure? So why y'all have me to rush in? And so forth and so forth. So now when it was time for me to go back, Hurricane Irma came, and I couldn't return back. Then after Hurricane Irma, I got prepared to go back. Then Hurricane Maria came, and I couldn't go back. And this time I really couldn't go back because the airports and stuff was shut down for a while. And so when my son-in-law said, Mom, every time you're ready to go back, something always happens. That's a sign you need to stay. I said, no, I'm going back. Pastor Murray said, oh, you're going to come back? I was like, but I think I told her I wanted to go back. But God did not want me to go back. So in January, Old New Year's night, I sat here in the service. I was feeling so good, worshiping and everything. Went home, lay down, got up, and talking to my daughter, walked away. The next thing I know, I was on the floor. My kids came, they rushed me to the emergency room. They kept me overnight, 24 hours observation, got released, and I said, I'm still going back. Got up, turned the television on, heard how the delays and the crowd and everything was at the airport, and I still got in the car and drove to the Florida International Airport, got there. When I walked through and I saw all the people out there, and I said, I got to get through an easy way. So I put my luggage in outside. It was cold, and I got my luggage in, but when I got into the custom, and I was like, what? Where is the people coming from? I thought I beat the crowd. But nevertheless, to make a long story short, when I got in, I sat down, and all of a sudden I started to feel so bad. My body just started to feel warm, and I started to feel like I was going to pass out. And so I got up, I went into the restroom. When I came out the restroom, the doors were shut. The doors on the plane was shut. And I couldn't get on. And I was like, what's going on? I was like, what's going on here? So I went up to the counter, and they said, we cannot open the door. You have to wait for your next flight. And I said, well, what time is the next flight? 3 o'clock. But the airport in the Virgin Islands don't stay open late. They close at a certain time. And I said, oh my God. So I called my daughter. She worked at the airline, and I was like, could you get me on another flight or something, trying to get me back to the Virgin Islands? And then she said, Mommy, but why you want to go if you feeling that way? So I said, just let me just sit down and just relax myself. So while I was sitting down, something came over me and said, God stopped you so many times. And why are you still trying to go? Why are you still trying to go? And I sat there, and I got on the phone. I made a phone, and all along I couldn't get nobody in the Virgin Islands. So I picked up the phone, dialed my cell phone, and I dialed the Virgin Islands. And the person I always trying to get never answered the phone. And bam, he answered the phone. And I said, could you take all my stuff and just give it away? Give it to whoever wanted, just give it away. And I said, give it. He said, you sure? I said, give it away. They can have my living room set, my bedroom set. I said, even if you can sell my car, sell it. Right? And you can send me money. He said, you're going to trust me with that? I said, whatever you send back to me is fine with me. I said, but sell it. So I called my daughter, and I said to my daughter, are you working? She said, no. I said, could you come for me? I said, because I'm not going back. I said, this is truly a sign, and I'm not going to go back. So she came for me. I was working on my job for 13 years as a financial counselor. I had it very hard, very difficult to try. And God brought all these visions to me to let me see everything that I was going through. And he said, and I was sitting here in church, and something came over me and said, God removed all that harassment out your life to give you something better. So I called my job January the 10th, and I told them, I'm not returning. They said, you're not returning? I said, well, you're not. And I said, no, I'm not returning. I'm not returning back. They said, do a letter. I said, no problem. I'm not returning. And all along while I'm here in Orlando, I was not seeing what God was doing for me. I mean, I was seeing it, but I just wasn't taking it in because my mind wanted to go back. Right. But October the 1st, God blessed me with a job. October the 1st, God blessed me with a job. The pay may be not the same as what I was getting back there, but the money seemed like it stretched farther. Yes. It seemed like it stretched farther. Yes. I was pinching back there. And I'm like, I'm getting less here, but I'm doing so much. I was like, I'm doing so much. And then I said, Lord, I thank you for my job. And I've been on this job, and we had a meeting of all the schools and stuff got together, and they had a meeting. They were giving out certificates and stuff, and I went to the back because I said, I just got here. Let me just go to the back and watch how they do things. So when they called my name, and I just stood there, and they called my name, and I said, me? So I walked up, and my supervisor said, Sherelle, we really appreciate you being here. You just have a humble spirit, and every time I ask you to do something you're willing to do, you just go out the exit. And I said, but God. Yeah. I said, it's God. And I said, I truly thank God for everything that he had done for me. And so now God gave me the job, and I was praying. I said, God, you got me here. There's 3 things I want you to do for me, right? Gave you the job. So now he blessed me with a little place to stay. Yeah. He blessed me with a little place to stay. That's why I was not able to attend the function that y'all had last Saturday, the Saturday and yesterday, because I was waiting for the electrical people and the AC man to come by and whatever. But God is truly good. And I know my third request, I know he's going to grant it. I might not be as quickly as the others, but I know and I'm praying that God will answer. He do answer prayer. I'm glad that I did make the decision to stay. And sometimes, you know, we have to humble ourselves and listen to that inner voice and know that God is speaking to us. And just listen. And I say, Lord, I thank you for have all these distractions to come to keep me here. I said, because if I would have went back, I would have been back in that old mess that I was. And when I say mess, it was like the economy there was very different from here, and it was a mess. To me, it was a mess. But God is good, and I love him. I love him for my children. All my children is here. He brought me here to be around my family because I was there by myself. And I just truly thank God for his grace, his mercy, and everything that he has done for me. And if you pray to God and you pray with a sincere heart, and every time I pray, I ask God to search my heart before I can pray for anybody else. Search my heart. If my heart is not clean and right with you, fix it. Fix it for me, Jesus. Let my heart be pure. And one day I was sitting here and a brother got up, and I believe that Sunday he was doing the Sunday school, and he teach about how to become evangelistic. And the Lord laid upon my heart 3 things that I was doing that hindered me, and I wrote it down. And I said, Lord, I thank you for that. I thank you for that. And I corrected. And I can see my blessings coming in. You know, when God lay things upon your heart, and the Spirit of the Lord lay things upon your heart, and he will let you know when you're doing things wrong. You might feel you're doing it right. He will let you know that you're doing it wrong, and he will lead it on your heart. Correct it. Correct it. Go to the Lord and let him know, Lord, forgive me. Correct it. And I just thank God for bringing me to Mount Zion. Lovely church, lovely members. I talk about y'all all the time. I talk about Pastor Murray to my kids, Sister Murray to my kids, like I know y'all for years. And I said, they just so loving. They just have the spirit. You can just feel the love that's flowing. And every time I see Pastor Murray and Sister Murray do something great, and I was like, wow, I just go and tell it. I even tell it on my job. And people just look at me and they just try to make me feel like, oh, this. I said, no. See, if you don't know the Lord, you would think negative, right? But I don't let the negative mind people when I'm talking about my pastor now and my first lady affect what I believe, right? Because I've been sitting on these pews and I've been watching. I watch and I observe. Because I wanted God to place me in a home that I feel comfortable, that when I lift up my hand to worship, I don't have to be going like this. I can just pray and worship the Lord. And I really thank God for directing me here to this church. And I don't regret nothing that happened. I don't want no pity. I'm sorry. Pastor, pray for me. No pittiness. I don't want that. All that pittiness went out the door. And I see the goodness of God. And I know God is real. And I know God is moving. And I know God is moving. And I just thank God for each and every one of y'all. Just continue to pray. I ask God for more things. And I know and I believe that God is going to do it. He's going to do it in his time. Because when I was saying I wanted to leave St. Croix, it was not my time. This was God's plan. This was how God wanted me to come. And when God took everything away from me, I came here with nothing in my suitcase, because every time I come here to shop. Nothing in my suitcase, because I knew I was going back. I had to start all over again. And don't let me talk about credit. I listened to Pastor and he talked about credit. money. I still was paying. I paid, I give with whatever I had, I gave. And God blessed me. God blessed me. And I'm a witness. Pay your tithe, give to the Lord. And God's going to give back me. I didn't have nothing. When I got my job, I was like the hurricane came, I was so behind in my bills. I was able to pay off 3 debts. Wow. 3 debts I paid off, and my credit score went up. And I said, and last night I moved, paid my portion with my daughter's help, and I love my children, and was able to pay another bill that I had paid off. Not paid it off, but pay something towards that bill. God is good all the time. And I tell my kids, this is an example what God can do for you if you pray and believe and trust in God. You're going to see great things. We're going to see great things happen in this church. Great things. I believe that you are going to see it. And I can continue to stand and talk because I feel so good down in my soul because I know what the Lord has done for me. I feel good and I can rejoice because God has been so good. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, glory. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
Jesus. Sister Dana, did you have your hand up? It's all right, God. We're going to get it all out this morning. Amen. I pray you would stretch yourselves and hang around for 11 o'clock because it's going to be hot. Amen. Sister Dana.
See, God working on me. I thank Him for that. Amen. I've been here 3 years now, and me and Val. And when I came here, I started paying my tithe like he said, like he's supposed to. I pay him, and he has done so much in my life to where I got my own salon, my little studio. I got a brand new car. He just helping me in all ways. My mom just had breast surgery Wednesday, and I prayed for her so much. She came home Wednesday. My God. And she's home. She's fine. Everything's great. She's so happy, and it makes me happy because we didn't get along when I was coming up because I kept going to jail. But God changed that. I haven't been in jail in 27 years. I thank Him so much because I was something to reckon with. And I'm not that anymore. Amen. And I just thank Him for everything He's done for me and my kids. Yes. And I love my church family. I just can't be here like I want to be on the Saturdays and do things because I be at work. But I'm going to change that. Amen. So I thank God. And I love y'all.
Amen. Let Him work for you. You ain't got to work for Him. Amen. You fix that schedule. So listen, darling, between this time and this time, I'm not available. Trust me, they'll come see you. They'll try 1 week. After that, girl, I got to go. I don't care what time it is. This here, I can't do nothing with it. Right. That part. Amen. Mother Hagen, did you have your hand up, or you just let me know you were here? Amen. Testify, Mother.
I just thank God for my being here this morning. Yes. Because when I think of the goodness of Jesus, yes, and all He's done for me, my soul cry out, hallelujah. I thank God for saving me. Yes. Hallelujah. As some of you may know, in 2016, and some might not know, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Lord God. But God. But God. I didn't take no surgery. I'm standing on the word of God. Amen. I will not take down. God said it. I believe it. Amen. I know He will heal me. Yes. Matter of fact, I claim it already. That's right. I'm healed right now. That's I will not doubt God. Yes. He don't lie. He said He's not a man that He should lie. He said by His stripes, yes, I'm healed. Yes. Laying all these things, I'm more than a conqueror. Not just a conqueror. I'm more than a conqueror. And I'm just going and standing on His word. Yes. I will not be moved. No, yes. I will stand on the word. But He said to go one shot till. Heaven and earth will pass away. That's right. There you go. I'm here on the word of God. You better say it, I'm in God. Yes. I might not say much, but I have a lot to say. Yes, sir. It's on the inside. I just have to let it come out. Thank you, Lord.
That's right, Mama.
It's in.
It's in you.
Yes, sir. It's in the Bible.
Yes, ma'am.
And I just continue. I changed my eating habit. I lost close to 20 pounds. Amen.
Yeah, I see.
I wasn't eating right. So that's probably why I was where I was, because I'm not eating right. So I started eating right. And I started drinking right. Yes. I got off the sodas. I don't drink no soda. But look, where God has brought me, been over a year. And God is still working in my life. I've been through the storm. That's all right. I'm not disencouraged, Pastor.
No.
I'm not disencouraged. I'm no way weary.
That's right.
I'm no way weary. And I just thank God for my life this morning. Yes. Because cancer kills people.
That's
yes.
Right.
But the devil is alive.
That's right.
He's alive this morning. Yes. I will trust in God. Yes. Thank you, Jesus. He can fight against my faith. That's all right. I'm going to win.
That's right. That's right.
I will win. Yes, ma'am. I will win the battle.
Tell it, man.
I will win. I'm winning right now.
Yes, right.
I'm healed right now.
Yes,
as I stand before God, I'm healed. Yes. Glory to God. God just say what I feel or what I see. He said the just shall walk by faith. Yes. Shall live by faith. I live by faith. In the name of Jesus. Yes. Y'all continue to pray for me. Yes. Because it's my will to do God's will. Amen. 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 To do God's will. Yes. I'm bought with a price. I'm no more my own. That's right. Yes. I'm bought with a price. Yes. I have to do the will of God. Yes. Not what Geraldine want to do, but what God said do. That's right. That's right. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Amen. Anyone else? Amen. Here it comes. Amen.
CD manager, she told me that, she said, I know a guy down there in give you the number. I was just trying to figure out why this man won't answer the phone. Every time I call him, he won't answer the phone. He tried to call me, I'm busy. And I kind of figured out when I got here and became a member that he wasn't ignoring my call. He was just a busy man that a lot of people require and need his help. I came on the third Sunday. I never ever forget it. And it was Men's Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
They asked for the men to sing, and I was in that old back corner right there. And from that day, it's something triggered in me that was already in me that needed to be rebirthed.
Yes.
Sometimes we say we in God, but we lose sight
Yes, yes.
when we hanging around and attached to the wrong people.
Yes.
I was going through changes with jobs. I stayed in a hotel for about almost 3 years. Yes, 3 years actually, because October this year will be 4 years that I've been here. My rent was due every week. I didn't miss a meal. I didn't miss no lights, no water.
Yes, yes.
All I kept hearing was stick to the plan, son. Do what you can while you can.
Yes.
I know my background was messed up. The place that I live at now is the same apartment place that I went to when I first got here. And as ironic, I said, no, you ain't ready for that. You're not ready for that. I had to learn how to appreciate that little one hotel room. When I walk in the door, the living room, and the TV, and the bathroom, I had to learn how to appreciate that.
Yes, yes.
Once I started appreciating that, it was every time I turn around, I'm donating food because I had too much of food.
That's right.
I'm showing you the process how God was working when you start letting things go. Instead of every time it's like the city. Once the city empty your trash, you go back and put more in it, so they got to come back out and take it out again. So what God was doing, he was taking the trash out, but I was adding more trash on top of more trash. He said, okay, you don't pay your bill, I ain't gonna come out there and take the trash away. He was doing something for me. And I kept saying, okay, God, you know I love to sing, you know I love to do this and I do that, but God, I want to be real.
Yes, yes, yes.
Understand what I said? R-E-A-L. I didn't say let my talent or my singing make these people move. I want to be real. And I kept hearing Pastor and just he didn't ever be on your side, if y'all understand what I'm saying. He wasn't on your side. He was telling you what God said. Now, if you took it and got mad with it, then you needed some work done with them. Because when you have a pastor that go beyond to make sure that his members are lined up with what he's teaching and what God has given him to teach, that's the man that cares for you. And when you find a first lady that is lined up with her husband in the house of God, so, I mean, that says it all, because you go to churches now, you got the first lady can't stand this one over here because I'm just saying. But what I'm saying is after these 3 years, God blessed me with my own place, and I didn't have a background check. I didn't have to do a whole lot. When I got ready to move in, I paid only $1,600 to move in. Everything, electricity, water, cable, everything.
Wow.
In my room, I have one of the biggest king-size bed that belongs to me.
Yes.
January, I think it was January I moved in. February, I had my car. I'm showing you the beginning of 2018. The pastor said only the strong will survive. It hadn't even been 90 days and God was just... When I looked, my license was almost $2,000 to get fixed.
Talk about it.
Nothing. I hadn't had license since '98. I'm showing where God took me out some 4 walls that some people can't even go in and come out and sing. God put me in there because he knew I needed some cleaning up. And after time, Pastor said, well, I want the praise team to grow. I want us to get a choir. And it really burns me on the inside because when I can come in here and I can see all of my members sitting up there, that makes me know that we are together and we are following a leader. Y'all don't know how much. It's small things to y'all, but it's big to me because y'all know how much we prayed for this.
Yes, sir.
We are one of the baddest, most anointed, dedicated praise teams in our land. This job that I had, I wasn't even qualified for it. I went on that job 6 months before I became an assistant manager.
Wow.
Now I'm training for a store manager. I know what God can do. I know what the Lord can do. I'm like Mother Hagen because my illness was beginning, stuff was beginning to try to take me out. I kept having to rush to the emergency room. I kept having stomach pains. I kept having side pain. Y'all seen it for yourself. I know what God can do when you let go.
Amen.
So I don't know who it is for, but my life, if you look at my life, find something in it that can help you push. Help you get to the next stage where you need to be. I guarantee you, you ain't got to be no minister. You ain't got to be no prophet. You ain't got to be no prophetess. God will give you a word to give to somebody.
Amen.
Then y'all can dress like me.
Just when he was riding in the car. Amen. Amen. Could there be anyone else? Tyree, you just helping out.
Oh yeah, I want to say something too.
Amen. Is he sharp this morning? Man.
I just want to say that I thank God for life, health, and strength to see another day. And like I could be like any other place, but I chose to be here because it's like I'm surrounded like by good people, and you know, good family and friends, and you know, it's been such a good time here, and I enjoy it here.
Amen.
Amen.
Come on, Jimbo.
Can I say something? Yes, you can. Since I've obviously made a grand entrance, I would just like to apologize to church for being late this morning. We had a long night, and I realized that I'm not as useful as young as I used to be. So what I planned on doing was sleeping a couple hours and getting up. But I did not get out of long time. That's not right, too. But again, I would like to apologize to you people.
The altar is open for all y'all today.
All of y'all.
No secrets, no secrets.
My throat hurts. I'm gonna try not to cry.